Holy smokes, there's a lot going on. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. I'll just share real quick with the solo ads. A lot of people reporting their solo ads in, and we're getting some great results, much better than I anticipated. Different results depending on which seller that they chose. Remember, we want to share results. We want to share all kinds of data, but we don't want to share which seller people are using, because if everyone jumps on the same seller, inside of Udemy, then you could saturate that one seller pretty quick. But we're sharing the ads that we're using. If you just follow the training in level 2, you'll see the ad that we're using. And definitely encourage you guys to jump in on it. Be conservative. Don't blow all your money or anything. Don't be gambling with this. We're marketing, we're testing, and you're moving forward. And you can learn from the group, but you're also going to learn a lot. If you're in level 2 or level 3, you should be jumping into solo ads with something, so that you're a part of the testing process. Or you can wait and jump in when you later if you want to, but it's definitely working really, really well. So Jennifer writes, I want to share my Udemy order. My first solo ad was completed hours ago. She just posted this a few minutes ago. And the pre-enrollees are still trickling in, 45 so far. So 45 pre-enrollees with their one solo ad in 2 days. And it sounds like they're still coming in, which is interesting. And she already got one one affiliate, zero volume. She sent him an email and text, and you want to send more follow-ups. We'll talk about that later. Now that we're starting to get more and more action, I'm going to teach you guys more and more about what you send, exactly what you send. And she goes, and I have been talking to a pre-enrollee from Udemy Solo Ad on and off all day who reached out to me via email about the products. He just responded that he is ready to place an order. So, and she advised him to do director and executive. So that's for so early in the process, that's fantastic. And then she, by the way, got great results on the cost per pre-enrollee. Her cost per pre-enrollee broke down to $1.68 a pre-enrollee. I shared a previous video that my solo ad was around $3.50, which is still decent per pre-enrollee, and she got almost twice as good. And then there's some other reports now coming in. Let's see some other cost breakdowns. Rick here is sharing that his cost per pre-enrollee was $225. That's fantastic, better than mine. And Joyce also better than mine. And they're running, as far as I know Jennifer is running the same ad. I'm assuming Rick and Joyce are as well, that I am. Probably different sellers, but she got $2.47 a pre-enrollee, which is about the same as Rick. Also fantastic. $1.68 is phenomenal that Jennifer got. Again, mine's around $3.50, so I'll be testing a different seller. Because they're getting twice as good of results. I'm also going to be going to my seller and saying, hey, look, some other people in my community are running the exact same ad with different sellers, and in her case, getting almost twice as the better result. So what gives? Is there something you can do for me here? And if he doesn't, then he knows that's going to be mentioned in my comments, and I wouldn't be too harsh on them about that because it's not too far off, but I would mention it. And they're going to work pretty hard to keep their reviews positive in there. And so if you're fair, you can leverage that a little bit. Now, if you got really bad results in comparison to others, then you could mention that. You go to their customer support, you could mention you're going to give a bad review, and the seller could really help you out and make sure to deliver. They don't like bad reviews. And so if you're fair about it, you can really leverage that, and you could leverage the results in the community. You're seeing people are getting great results, and they'll often go the extra mile to make sure you're happy. So anyway, results across the board are fantastic. I'll probably do a separate video sometime today if I can make time, because I want to show you more details about how to use this email swipe file and not be overwhelmed by it. How to relax in your body as you click the easy button, because this is the easy button. I don't care what you think about it. You might go, oh no, it's so many emails. Well, yeah, because I'm basically giving you, like, it'd be like if you said you wanted to go to an interview and I was literally telling you every word to say and it actually worked. Like, this is every email that I send for every scenario. It's very unusual, if not never happened, that someone's ever put a system this complete together. Where they're literally giving you everything that you need to say for every scenario. Of course, it's going to be a lot of emails, but it's really easy to sort for these. For example, This is broken. This was three categories. It's now 5. The categories of this email swipe file are the first one to send to leads before they're pre-enrollees, the second one to send to pre-enrollees, the third one to send to new enrollments, and then I have a new section called Tips from Mike and Tips from the Community. And you could just search for these sections. You just copy this. I hit Command C after I highlighted it, Command C. I'm on a Mac, so it's a little bit different. I think you hit Control on a PC. And then I hit Command F on my Mac, and this field comes up, and I paste it in there, and then I just hit this down arrow, and it takes me right there. So if you have to learn that, that's cool. You'll find the easy button. Sometimes some of you have to still learn how to reach your hands out and touch the easy button. But that's literally how easy it is. As a metaphor, it's literally it's a very good metaphor. You got to open your eyes and reach out and touch the easy button. Some of you are so used to feeling like you can't create anything special that you feel anxiety and tenseness in your body, and a lot of you even still afraid to open your eyes. You're probably not listening to this right now if that's that category. But speaking to the rest of you who have opened your eyes and have been clicking the easy button excitedly, realize that one of the things we're working against is people's addiction to fear and anxiety and overwhelm. It's never going to get any easier than this. And even those people, because they've learned certain habits, do very complicated things in their day. If you were to follow them around, most of them know how to do things that none of us know how to do that seem quite complicated. Everything from could be, knitting to, changing a tire. All of these things are more complicated in and of themselves than any one thing that we're having people do here, whether you realize it or not. You know all kinds of things that are much more complicated than anything we're doing here. So realize this is the easy button. There might be little things to learn, and to learn them, people have to open their eyes, relax their body, and figure it out. Like, for example, hitting Command F and having this field come up, and then entering something in and searching for it. Some people just get freaked out by that, and we just have to help them through that stuff. And it's really, really easy. We're going to continue to make it easier and easier. And really, I'm just encouraging you, those of you listening that I know already are really relaxed into this process already and realize this is the easy button. I'm just kind of encouraging you to encourage others to start looking at things differently, because it's the way they're looking at things that's making things complicated on themselves. This is a really, really easy process. I'll do another video to go into more detail about what I just shared, about little tips and details I have in this document about what to email to get a lot more results. I'll give you an example, a little teaser. For example, if you sent a welcome email to your pre-enrollee that's in here, and then a couple days later you see a lot of them didn't open that email, you now want to email the people who didn't open it and just put a different subject line there. And then if those that didn't open that one, if you want to take it one step further, you'll squeeze even more value out of the same pre-enrollees. You can email them again who didn't open it with a different subject line. You could even shorten the email to see if maybe it's going in their junk folder, but if you shorten it, just cut a bunch of paragraphs out, put a new subject line, you get more opens. I'll give you another example. Let's say somebody signs up as a free affiliate. Well, in here I have a bunch of emails. Let me go back to the top. I have a bunch of emails in this section to send to new enrollments. I have a bunch of emails you can send to people who signed up as free affiliates. You don't just send one. Again, going back to my last example, you would see who didn't open the email, send it again with a new subject line. And then you might also send it again to those that you saw didn't click on anything, and just add a little sentence at the front of it that says, hey, I noticed you didn't engage with my last email. I'll include it again below. I can't help you make any money if you're not engaging, ... And then you just include the previous email to the person who signed up for free. These extra steps that are ridiculously simple will all be included in here play by play for every possible scenario that I've ever used. And of course, that's going to mean it's a big document. So your job is just to open the eyes and press the easy button. But it's really, really easy. And I think it's going to get even easier when you relax into it, so much so that you understand the strategies to the point where you kind of just get it. and you make sure that you maximize every possible opportunity. So for example, if somebody didn't open a welcome email, it's an opportunity to send them another one, just change the subject line out. Like really easy, simple stuff that anybody can do to get 10 times more or even more than that out of results out of their the work. I'll have another video on that at some point, but that should be kind of enough for you to navigate this. Guys, so many exciting things going on, so much more to happen. If you're in level 1 and can't do level 2 strategies, just remember the spillover, we're going to start the rotators. I know some of you are waiting to get added to a rotator. We're getting all that organized. We needed to move through level 2 stuff before we could initiate that. We're in the process of that now. Like even if you're in level 1 and you can't upgrade to level 2, this all benefits you because your upline's going to make more money as their organization's growing. You know, Jennifer is now getting momentum in her second leg. That increases her binary. Now 10% of her income is going to go into the rotator, and a lot of you are going to get added into her rotator and everyone else's. It just trickles on down. If you cannot, absolutely cannot do level 2 or level 3, and you have to do level 1, that means you're in a really tough financial situation. It's more important than ever that you do the best you can, that you maximize what you can. That's sending out the MLGS leads, that's following through on your bare commitments, staying on your auto order, and what you're paying is with time. You're giving your team time to bail you out, basically, to help you on that second leg. But you need to earn that. And you earn that by emailing the MLGS leads, by staying on auto order, doing all the bare minimum stuff, absolute bare rock bottom minimum. You're sticking with that. And then you're earning the team's help over time. But you need to give it time. It's slower growing. So whether you're at level 1 and you're leveraging the team and you're giving them time and you're paying your dues with time, and by the way, you're not just sitting on your hands and you're not just sending out MLGS leads at level 1. You should be posting on Facebook. You should be uploading YouTube videos. And it's going to take more time to get to a nice income, to get to any income. It's going to take, because in this model, it takes time to get to a little income, but then you have the growth that is called exponential growth. So you get momentum going and it starts to compound. It's going to take time if you're in level 1 for your team to come in and help you to do that because you're doing so little yourself. And you should be maximizing what you can do. We have lots of upline groups we referred you to that tell you other things that you could be doing. So if you're in level 2, then you can grow much faster. But if you absolutely just can't afford to do that, then you need to pay with the bare minimum and give it time. That's what you're paying with. It's not going to get any easier than this. You're not going to get more help than this. Those of you waiting to get added to an upline rotator, or if you're in one waiting to see it get turned on, that's really the next focus. We had to get all this in place so there was enough fuel and energy for those rotators to get kicked on. So look for that. And I will try to do another email to talk a little bit more about what I did because it's really important. Now a lot of you are getting a lot of pre-enrollees and people signing up at the free level or whatever. And even those that sign up at director or executive, it's really, really important that you email them a lot and they email them the right thing. So I'll keep adding to this and I'll keep talking about how to do that properly, duplicating what I do, which obviously creates amazing results. So it's worth it. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.